Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Spin Fishing character. Today, decided to do some more pike fishing here at Old Burg and trying another new spot. We're over here at 6022, kind of in the back corner pond area, aiming at the big hole over there, and doing the same thing we've been doing. No change in the setups here. I do have the X Crank F60002 on the HSV rod here. I've got a speed of 50. I'm holding shift and I'm doing a spin, wait about 2 seconds, spin, wait about 2 seconds. So far, you may see I've got 11 fish. I got here around midnight. So not the best time to be pike fishing. Pike are very much a daytime fish. And you might have seen that one spawn and grab it at the last second. Small one though, unfortunately. I was fishing over in the lilies there for uh, anything I could get overnight. Main thing I got there was just one decent 90-gram rough. Other than that, just all non-market small fish. I did catch one 1.4 kilo pike and forgot to hit the record button, so missed that one. It is what it is. 482-gram perch there. I'm debating putting the bottom rods back out, and I think I actually am going to do that with bigger hooks. And it's going to be a bit risky here, but I'm going to go with night crawlers and see if we can't get some big sleepers. Cast those out there. Wrong button. I forgot I didn't have any more red worms, so I was using blood worms. Another good kind of all around bait. Oh, all right. Let's get back to this rod. Really, the bottom rods there are just bonus fish. If we can get a decent sleeper, I'll take it. If we can't, we can't. But should be fun. We'll see what we can do today. Hopefully, we can get some decent pike. I actually have not looked at the weather. And it's going to rain, of course. We'll see when the rain comes and make a decision from there. Hopefully, it's late in the day. That's a decent pike. Last minute 3.8 kilo pike for 1200. Kind of in the mood to get some more silver. Hopefully today, if it's a decent day, we should be able to afford the professional wood carving knife to get balsa lures so that we can make those. Weather is definitely changing quickly. I think it's going to rain before I wanted it to. So we may have to do something different today. Button. Luckily, this isn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. Looks like a big perch. 820-gram perch. Tighten 2 back up. Got the bottom rods on 2 and 3, despite them being to the left of me. So it's been messing with my brain a little bit there. Cast it out. Do a spin. Wait 2 seconds. Do a spin. Get a decent fish. Another 3 kilo. Maybe bigger. Right at 3 kilos. I'll take that. I have heard the spot over here is working again still. So if you are looking for pike, that's another opportunity. I just wanted to do something different. Or not necessarily something different, but try different spots out and see what we can get. And so far, pretty happy with it during the day. I mean, it's not even 9 o'clock, and we got two 3 kilo pikes and maybe three. That ain't might even be a 4 or 5 kilo pike. Nice fish. I think anything's actually on those. Hopefully the trend continues today. Hopefully we're able to get some good fish before it rains. Tomorrow's supposed to start being a really hot day. We're supposed to get up to triple digits over the next 3 or 4 days. I think I saw through Tuesday. So today, me and the four-legged thing went for two very long WALKs. He is very happy about that. He's also very worn out and upside down on the couch, which is a good problem to have. I just finger slipped there. Small pike. Small fishy fish. Be another 5 kilo pike. No, it's not 5 kilo. May not even be a marker. It isn't. 345 gram pike. Taking a look at the bottom rods, making sure there's nothing on them. Especially since I'm hoping for sleepers. They are occasionally smaller fish and not able to pull. There may be something on 3. I need to pick it up. I don't think there's something on, but it's definitely snagged. And there's something on here. Keep in mind, these are small reels. These are only 5 kilo reels. And this was a risk I knew I was taking. The good news is if they go to the left, there's really nowhere for them to go. If they keep going to the right, I kind of want to keep it in front of me. If they keep going to the right, they can get out to the main part of the lake. Usually, if you can keep them back here in the pond area, you can get whatever it is. And I knew this was a risk using night crawlers back here. And it looks like the rain's starting to move in. So I might be happy I'm fighting this fish for a while. Upside down, stretching his paws out on the back of the couch. Happy dog. And probably about a 5 kilo, maybe a little bit bigger fish here. I don't think it's super amazing. I'm more or less making progress on it. Again, this is a 5.4 kilo reel, and I think it's 20-30% worn, so it's really a 4.5 kilo reel at this point. This is probably a common or a grass carp. It would be my guess. Maybe a black carp, but it doesn't seem to be fighting like a black carp to me. I think it's a common carp. Could be an eel. Could be an eel. I didn't think about that until right now. Sorry for the little jerking there. Someone's rubbing his head up against my hand. Getting comfy. This is an eel. This is a good fish. I don't think it is, but you never know. It's not an eel. Common. Kind of what I expected it to be. $4 common carp. 1600 XP. I'll set up again, see if anything happens for a second. Trying to see if I can pull it out of whatever hole it's stuck in. Doubt I will, though. Yep, go snagged. Used to be much more of a problem than it is now. So I just took all the pressure off it there. What I should do, though, is go ahead and just leave it locked, just in case. I've had a ghost snag where a fish somehow frees it. So I guess I better leave it locked just in case. Usually ghost snag means you've hooked the ground or you've gone through the ground. With it raining, not the best time for pike fishing. I'm debating if I want to go somewhere else. And little perch. Don't really want to go to quarry. I could go over to Volkov. And give things a try there. But if I'm going to keep catching 1 kilo pike, I'm staying here. Oh, fishy fish. That's not a 1 kilo pike. That's bigger than 1 kilo pike. Probably 3 to 4. 3.249. That's the type of fish I want. I'm guessing some folks are over on the bridge and having a lot of good luck. Seen a lot of crucians. Another pretty decent one. Probably 4 to 5. 4.703. I'm liking it. Probably about a kilo. It's smaller. No, 1.392. That one surprised me. Come on, fishy fish. Having to drink a bit of tea there as the comfort was getting down with it raining like this. Another fish. $1.578. Reminder for something I don't have to go to. On pike. Heard the jingle jingles, that's why I'm looking. Trying to see if there's actually a fish over on 2. Someone has awoken from his slumber. And has returned to the other end of the couch for more slumber. Got out of bed this morning. Or actually, I didn't even get out of bed. I just sat up on the bed. And he was laying with his nose towards the window on the windowsill. And it was a nice night. It was actually in the 50s, I think, last night. So it was a really nice night. Got to sleep with the window open. The dog was sleeping there. He topped up about 6 in the morning. Was enjoying time while I was trying to wake up. And when I got out of bed, he put his paws and his head right on the pillow that I just stood up or sat up from and started snoring again. So he did not want to get out of bed this morning. I didn't blame him. Another smaller fish, tiny perch. It kind of got ghost snagged as well there. That's interesting. That whole spot looked like it was hooking on something. There we go. That looks a little better. Forgot what I was doing. Was holding the mouse button down too long. And it's one full spin of the rotation of the reel. Wait 2 seconds. Full spin. Wait 2 seconds. Actually, not quite getting a full spin. There we go. And with it raining, I'm not entirely surprised. Things are a bit slow. Sorry if my voice is a little gravelly. I had spent all afternoon talking to some folks, so my voice is already a little bit worn out today. Every other Friday, I've got a whole bunch of meetings in the afternoon, so a little bit of a struggle. And it is a Friday evening. It's actually about 7:30. I'm getting this in early tonight. A lot of times I'm recording between 8 and 9, and then I release the video at midnight my time. That way it's at least somewhat recent and gives YouTube the time it needs to process it. Because if I go for about an hour, it usually takes about 2 hours for YouTube to process things. And it does take into account when I say it's going to go live. If I just say at 11 o'clock, it'll usually go a little bit quicker. But I've had it where it takes forever, so I'd rather give it 2 to 3 hours rather than try and force it and then have low quality videos up. I am thinking about taking a break, coming back tomorrow, but it looked like it was going to be a cloudy day tomorrow too. Let's go ahead with it raining, and it looks like it's going to rain the rest of the day. I'm going to go ahead and log off real quick to free this free rod or free the stuck rod up. Then I'll make a decision on if I'm going to go somewhere else or what I want to do. So be back in a second. All right, I'm back. I did take a quick look at the cafe and got a surprise that 4 kilo common carp is going to get me 20 silver. So I will take that. I don't think we got 8 big perch and nothing else. We only got a couple rough, so nothing else there. I'm gonna guess 140 silver so far. And right, 144 silver, so that gets me up to 4505. I think I'm a little bit short. And especially now that I traveled to Volkov, I bet I'm a little bit shorter than I already was. Tempted to go pike fishing here. And I honestly didn't look at the weather, so I got a little bit lucky. It's 54. It's not 45. I had it backwards in my head. Dang it. Need more silver. Good, I already have a boat ticket. Honestly, didn't think I did. Forgot that I took the reel off. I could probably switch back to the Model 1, but not really necessary. Let's go with a snatcher, and we'll use the same lure we were using over on Old Burg as well. Like, and we'll go ahead and build this rod out again. Old school with it. Already got a fish on 2. forget that the Model 1's a little bit of a heavier duty rod, so this could be a better fish than I initially thought. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's a little bit better. It's a decent pike. 2.595. What do we have here? Another 1 to 2. Right at 1. I still have, yeah, I do have the big heavy duty steel leader on here, which is what I'd want on that rod. I saw that. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it did kind of that headbang movement there that I was hoping was an actual nibble. It may be it hitting the ground. It's not super deep here. On fishy fish. I think what I might do, and just kind of thinking out loud here, I may go Xander jigging at night. The brain, the hamsters are running in the hamster wheel right now in the brain. Got to lock this reel for a second, so it went a little bit further out than I meant to. Went a lot further out than I thought it. Now, smaller fish on the snatcher, and a fish over on 1 as well. 248 or 245 gram eyed. Probably about a kilo here. Or a half kilo. That's a good sign over there on 1. I expect rod 1 will probably only get pike. Rod 2 has a good chance of getting pike, but also salmons, eyes, that type of thing, or small Xanders. 1.396. Main reason I think this rod will only get pike is the lure, and also that I have a steel leader on there, so it's a pretty visible thing. 1 kilo pike. I need to put a clip on rod 3. Another fish over on 1. Keep in mind, we already had 160 silver in under 30 minutes of recording. Today's already been a pretty decent day. Hopefully we continue to get some decent fish here. Still didn't put a clip on here. And I'm shift reeling it in, and I got a fish on it. Did not expect that. Doesn't look like it's anything special. Small asp. A 12-meter clip on here. I mainly do that because this is just a whatever I can get rod, and I want to be able to reel it in quickly if I get a fish on it. Since I can't put it in a rod holder or anything like that, this is probably a decent hike. I'm going to guess over 2. Just shy of 2. Another decent pike. 2.797. Guess what? Another fish over on 1. And this is a good fish. Probably 3 to 4 kilos. .666 devil pike. I'm definitely glad I decided to switch. Didn't look at the weather until now, but I honestly wanted to come here and look at the price of the knife anyway. It's getting a little bit late. I'll probably make one more loop. Then I may do a little Xander jigging at night. Out here. Looking at the weekly Xander records. Just curious. Nothing here. They've been on the huge minnow over at Actuba. Yeah, someone got an 8 kilo on a snatcher. Little chub. Went to cast, saw this rod, got a bite, and then let off the mouse button a second too early. This might be a pretty decent fish here too. It is. 3.765 kilo pike. Biggest one at Volkov so far. Wrong button. Might be about a kilo. 894. But it's a marker. I'll take it. I close this rod. I did. Going right at shore. I'm glad I thought about that. Go. Not too bad. Trying to think what I caught since I came back. We got a good possibility of a 300 silver day, though. At least a 200 in hell, though. At least a 200 silver day. And if this is what I think it is, it's going to be a good day. I'll give you one guess when I realized this was a good fish. Right about the time I was talking a second ago and went, hello. I just heard the reel pull and drag the whole time. I don't know if this one's going to be a trophy. I don't think it is. But I think it's going to be in the 6 to 7-ish range. Maybe a little bigger. I don't think it's over 12, though. This one's a good one, too. Since this one was getting slack in rod 2, I didn't want that to happen. That's why I switched over. And since I've been getting pike and have a fluorocarbon leader on here, that's a bit of a risk. It was a decent pike. 4.6 kilo pike. Today's going to be a good day. I did not want to lose the snatcher I've got over there on 2. On fish. Honestly, with it getting nighttime, I'm not disappointed about having a fish to fight for it. Or during the nighttime, I guess is what I meant to say. It's a catfish. Dang it. 10 kilo catfish. Man, if that was a pike, that would have been a good fish. But 10 kilo catfish, not even chat worthy. I'm actually surprised I was able to pull that out as easily as I was. 10 kilo catfish. 10 kilo catfish is usually a more of a log than that. It is nighttime, so I expect it'll be a little bit slow. Ooh, evidently I had a good day for subscribers. I just looked over and I'm up to 307. Last I looked, I think it was yesterday, I was at 303. I don't usually get 4 subscribers in a day, so thank y'all. Yeah, I went up 3 subscribers today. Not bad. And again, I do this as a fun thing. I make $0 off of YouTube. Any ads you see, go to Google, not to Tucker. And I am nowhere near being able to monetize things, even if I wanted to. If you don't know, you need 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of watch time in a year. And I've got the watch time, but I'm nowhere near 1,000 subscribers. Not even a third of the way there. Curious, I can't remember what it is. Looks like they may have actually lowered it a little bit. Oh no, I see what it is. They've added, and probably something I wouldn't want to enable anyway. I don't know. They've added the ability for super chat and things like that. Memberships and super chat and shopping experience at 500 subs. And then ads at 1,000, and you need 4,000 watch hours in 365 days, which I'm at that. I've got almost 8,000 watch hours. And if you don't know what that means you all have watched almost 8,000 hours of videos of mine. I could also try to get 3 million shorts views. I've never understood the shorts concept. And especially for something like this, it would only be if I wanted to do it, and I don't. It would be kind of, holy crap, I caught this amazing fish. That's not Tucker. I think y'all have learned I tend to be pretty calm, pretty relaxed. Let's go ahead and go to shore. Nope, don't cast. And on rod 2, we'll switch it over to a jig rig with big jig. And can I put this on here, or is it going to be too heavy? Can. Good. So kind of the same concept as when I was over at Old Burg, except I like to do 2 spins, wait 2 seconds, 1, 2, 1, 2, spin 2, count to 2. And let's see if we get anything. This is more just waste some time at night. Looks like some folks are getting some decent burbits. Looks like I'm not going to get anything. I may switch. I didn't have the right color. Huge minnow. Do I have the... I do have a white maggot. I think I'm going to go with that. Seems like the Xanderses have been biting on white colored lures. I'm not holding shift either. And I think I did a 35 speed. Yeah, 35. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. If I get something, we'll be back. But since this may be super slow, I don't want to just waste the whole rest of the episode doing nothing here. So I'll pause and be back in a few. Now, I said I'd come back if I got anything. I did hook something here. I don't think it's super special. I don't think it's even a marker. But since I said I'd come back if I catch something, we're back. Gonna guess it's a small Xander, less than 500 grams. It's worse. Well, it's better than I thought. It's a 937 gram perch. It's not a small Xander. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Again, just kind of been doing this. This is probably my last cast before I get back in the boat. I'll go ahead and just stay here. It's a bit weird actually. I have some music going for me. You all can't hear it. And it's almost in time with the reel initially there. There was a couple notes playing as I was reeling, and I looked up and saw desktop audio, and I'm like, oh no. Granted, it's all DRM free music right now, but didn't really want that going across. Four-legged thing's getting a little antsy. I almost stopped to take him out, but I didn't. I'm probably not going to go too long during the day, but I am going to have to take the dog out before I get going because he just put his paw up on the couch, and he's being a good dog and not barking yet. So I'm going to go take him out, and then when we come back, we'll get on the boat. So be back in a few. And we are back. It's about 5 hours in game later, about 10-15 minutes in real life. Unfortunately, ended up with a little bit of a traumatic experience there. The dog knocked a spool of weed whacker wire off and got his paw stuck in it and got it to kind of wrap around something and give his leg a bit of a pull. So all of a sudden I hear loud yelping dog. It took me a second to figure out what was going on, but pretty sure it just scared him. Didn't actually hurt him. I don't blame him for being scared there. When something grabs your leg and kind of pulls you back and you're pulling against it. So took me a second to calm him down enough that I could pull it off him, but he's okay. He's laying on the ground. Ran around after, adrenaline rush after, yelling at me, blaming me, and I don't blame him there. It was all my fault. But spent a few minutes just making sure he was okay. Decent pike here, 1.183. I don't know how late I'm going to go because we're about 15 minutes in, so do a couple more loops, see if we can't get a couple decent pike. It is a cloudy day, so it's not super ideal piking weather. They usually like sunny days, from my experience. But we'll do what we can do. I did put the snatcher back on rod 2, so same setup I had yesterday in game, 1.5 kilo pike. And there's a fish over on 2. Another pike? Yep, 1 kilo pike. Come on, fish. And if we don't get anything today, we don't get anything today. I'm all right with that. But we've already gotten a couple decent fish, so there's a chance we'll hook something good before the end of the day. Probably have 2 loops through this area in me before we hit the hour time. And I don't like to go too much over an hour unless I've got a good fish on. And at this point, who knows if I'm going to get a good fish on or not. Nice frame-sighted ghost carp on telestick. That would have been a fun one. Kind of looking forward to my float character getting up to 26 and being able to go to Amber. And honestly, Ladoga. But there's still a long way to go there. Very long way. I am definitely looking forward to 26 as well on that character for decent match rods. But I need silver for that. So kind of glad I have time. Driving through the weeds here. There's something on 2, and I forgot to lock this rod again. Luckily, nothing on it, and it didn't go too far out. Looks like about, I don't know if this one's a kilo. See in just a second. That is not a kilo. That is a 228 gram Xander. This is probably also not a kilo. It was a pike. It was only 548 grams. And again, today's weather is not ideal for pike, so I'm not entirely surprised we're not catching a lot. I think I'm actually going to go ahead. Now we're 55 minutes in. Do I want to do another loop back? Or do I just take the ferry back? I think I just take the ferry back. It might be a marker asp. 1 kilo marker asp. And if you don't know what I mean by the ferry, here at Volkov, there's 2 separate areas. There's the town, and then there's kind of the castle area with the campsite. And there's a ferry that takes you, a free ferry that takes you between the 2. And instead of driving the boat all the way back to town, I think I'm going to hop the free ferry. And it's right over there at the dock that you get on it, and it puts you right by where we grabbed this boat. Basically where you spawn when you come to Volkov. Go ahead and reel this rod in. Find out a key pike area, so I'm going to reel in rod 1 now. Keep rod 2 in to see if we get lucky on a salmon. I'm not holding my breath though. And in fact, I'm just going to wrap it up. Reel this thing in. And go hop the ferry. Let's park the boat here at the dock. Bounce off the dock like an idiot. Come on, game. Gave me an option to get off and then didn't let me. Did I just completely... No. Thought I messed everything up. And this sign here, if you look at it, it says ferry travel. You press E. You spawn back here in town. So we got 24 fish here. We already had 160 silver and another 140, 135. So basically, just shy of 300 silver right now. Good overall couple days here. Nothing for the cafe, so that's what it's going to end up with. But I will take almost 300 silver. It's a good overall day. So hope you all enjoyed. We'll be back again tomorrow over on the float character, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye now.